Book of Enoch. The Book of Enoch, also called Ethiopian Enoch, was once highly regarded by both Jews and Christians. However, over time, powerful religious leaders rejected it because it talks about the fallen angels in ways that made them uncomfortable. This book, along with other writings excluded from the Bible, like the Book of Tobit and Esdras, were considered apocryphal. The term apocryphal originally meant hidden or secret, referring to books with deep or sacred teachings. At first, this term was used to describe important writings only for the wise, but over time, it became associated with books that were seen as not aligning with mainstream religious views. For instance, many of the Protestant reformers didn't accept these books based on the Jewish canon of the Old Testament, so the Protestant Bible has a separate section for these apocryphal works, or even omits them completely. In contrast, the Catholic Church accepted many of these books as part of their official scripture. The Book of Enoch became controversial because it talks about the watchers angels who fell from heaven and their actions with humans. This angered later church leaders, one of whom even condemned it as heresy. In fact, the rabbis rejected the book too, even cursing those who believed in it. For over 1,000 years, the Book of Enoch was forgotten, but in 1773, explorer James Bruce discovered copies of the book in Ethiopia, where it had been preserved. These copies were brought back to Europe, and in 1821, Dr. Richard Lawrence published the first English translation, allowing the world to see this once hidden text. Most scholars believe the Book of Enoch was written around the 2nd century BC and was popular for many years. It was originally written in a Semitic language, probably Aramaic, and later translated into Greek and Ethiopic. Even though it has some Christian-like ideas, scholars have found copies of it among the Dead Sea Scrolls, proving that it existed before Jesus. Though it's not considered scripture by most Christian denominations today, the Book of Enoch was once highly regarded, especially for its descriptions of angels and their judgment. Some ideas from the Book of Enoch even show up in the teachings of Jesus. For example, in the New Testament, over 100 phrases match ideas from the Book of Enoch, showing that early Christians were familiar with it. One key connection is found in the Book of Jude. In verse 14, Jude quotes Enoch, calling him the seventh from Adam and referencing his prophecy about judgment. This shows that the Book of Enoch was available during Jude's time and was respected by the early church. There are even fragments of the Book of Enoch found with the Dead Sea Scrolls. These were part of a library of texts used by the Essenes, a Jewish community that likely studied the Book of Enoch. Some early Christian writers, such as Justin Martyr and Athenagoras, also supported the teachings in the Book of Enoch, referring to the fallen angels and their punishment. In modern times, scholars have continued to study the Book of Enoch, especially after the discovery of Aramaic fragments in the Dead Sea Scrolls. One such scholar, J.T. Millick, published an important study in 1976 that helped revive interest in the book. Despite the long debate over its authenticity, more evidence keeps emerging that the Book of Enoch has ancient origins. Some even believe that Enoch, who never died according to Scripture, may return in the future, as hinted in the Book of Revelation. The Book of Enoch. Long ago, a book was sealed, truth within the darkness revealed. The fallen angels feared its might, for it shone through the darkest night. The Book of Enoch, rejected and shamed, it spoke of the enemy that fall from grace. Their deeds exposed, they couldn't hide. The truth within, they tried to deny. Enoch's words, they rang so clear, judgment coming for all to hear. The watchers fell, their power undone. The battle's lost, the war is won. The Book of Enoch, rejected and shamed, it spoke of the enemy, their fall from grace. Their deeds exposed, they couldn't hide. The truth within, they tried to deny. The Book of Enoch, it stands so tall. The truth will rise and answer the call.